Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the grand finale of the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy playthrough of the Crash 1 remake.
It's more of a finale. I wouldn't call it grand.
So, before we get over to the actual endgame, we have gem cleanup to perform. First, we need to go to Lights Out and get the purple gem using the yellow gem, which is actually easier than completing the level normally, to be honest. Like, you can't die, yeah, but you actually only have to play, like, 2/3 of the level.
2/3 of it, yeah, because the gem pathway cuts the level off prematurely.
I noticed on the map screen you couldn't play as Coco in every level. Why can't you?
Because certain levels are unique to Crash, mostly bosses and story levels. In the same sense, the levels that were unique to Coco in the original Crash 3 are restricted to just Coco. Although,
The in-story reason is that Coco is time traveling to help Crash, but also trying to keep a low profile.
right, low profile.
Well, she doesn't want to cause a paradox in Crash 2.
Yeah, I suppose so. The other thing though is that oh, I lost my train of thought for a second there. The other thing though is that I was gonna say before that, I did say that the levels that are unique to Coco are strictly Coco, but that's not entirely true. In Crash 3, you can decide which Bandicoot plays which airplane level, which you couldn't do in the original Crash 3.
No, well, because they control exactly the same.
Also, the painting of Cortex we just flew past is actually based on the one from the original game rather than redrawn art, so that's interesting. I'm surprised they kept that in. Because like every other image of a character that's been seen on a wall is entirely redrawn, but that one is like practically tracing paper. Anyway, now that we've got the purple gem, we can go back to Boulder Dash. Now, if it weren't for our good friend Stormy Ascent up there at the top of the castle, this would be the last actual level we play before fighting Cortex, and that would be kind of frickin' anticlimactic. So, I'm kind of glad for Stormy Ascent in that respect, because it gives the game one last proper, difficult final stage after you've gotten all of the gems, assuming you're doing everything in the most completionist way possible, at least. Because even if you're doing that, just based on the base game, you have to get a color gem from the last level to get another color gem from an earlier level to get a regular gem from this level that doesn't have anything particularly challenging in it between you and the gem.
That all comes back to the clear gems.
Yeah. So yeah, we're running from the boulder again. I like the music for the boulder levels. It's one of my favorite tracks in the series.
My favorite, I guess, chase music, I would say, is probably Barrett.
Huh?
Like, well, I mean, just like animal riding levels and you know, just chase levels in general, I would say among that genre of level, I think my favorite music is probably Barrett.
The only remix in this trilogy that I have a problem with is Barrett.
Really? Is it because of like the instrumentation? Like
The instrumentation sounds bizarre. Beyond bizarre. It's hard to put my finger on it because I'm trying to explain sounds using words.
Well, it kind of gives off like a Halloween vibe,
yeah.
If not like a space vibe, which kind of goes in line with the tone of Crash 2, considering where you end up.
Yeah, but at the same time, the Polar Bear music in the original was pretty much just cuteness.
Yeah.
Frantic cuteness.
Yeah, but you're riding that bear against its will, so it's not that cute.
Doesn't he like become your buddy or something though?
Up until the end of Wrath of Cortex. By Twin Sandy, that motherfucker staring you down with a bat.
Why? What did you do to him?
You kept riding him against his will.
Well, did you ride him in Wrath of Cortex?
No.
I don't know if he was in Wrath of Cortex.
Because if you haven't rid him since Crash 2, and he's totally okay with you in Crash 3, I don't understand why he'd be bad.
No. He's okay with Coco.
Anyway,
in
this
Crash
is where
3.
I tried to pull back from a jump that I screwed up and didn't make it.
Oop.
So we both managed to die to one of the only two extremely easy hazards in that pit across our 2 playthroughs, John. Aren't we special? God, these frame drops are ugly.
Oh yeah, look at that. That you're right. That is a considerable frame dip. Did not have that in the PS4 Pro.
Boost mode, motherfuckers. Ugh.
It's great. Not worth $100 though.
I dropped frames there.
Does the PS4 Pro have anything else to offer?
I dropped frames there.
You mean besides increased visual fidelity and lack of
The PS4
shorter
Pro
load
just
times?
has better hardware. Some games are designed to take advantage of it from the off, and for games that aren't, there is a function called Boost Mode, which enables the system to use more of its hardware for just about any game, which may or may not significantly impact the game.
Yeah. At most, you get consistently better frame rates and shorter load times. At the least, you're getting one or the other.
Yeah, but in the end, it's just the equivalent of playing the same games on a stronger PC.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I heard the complaints about the load times initially, I thought they were just talking about the number of them, which I'll agree there are a lot of load times in the Insane Trilogy. But people were also talking about the length, and because I was playing it on the Pro, I didn't see eye to eye on that originally. But then I saw it on the regular PS4. I was like, oh yeah, there is a bit of a difference.
A bit.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit.
So, now that we've got all 26 gems, it's time to get number 27. And yeah, it lists the gem count as 27 out of 26.
And the game goes beyond 100% now when you get it.
The total percentage so far is 103%. Good luck, you're gonna need it.
I don't know, does getting all the relics like Gold and Beyond increase the percentage? I haven't done it in Crash 1 to know that.
Now that you've mentioned that the hints might have been Aku Aku hints, I'm just imagining like a Japanese version of the original game. When you get this first Aku Aku mask, Aku Aku just pops up and says to the player, like verbally, good luck, you're gonna need it.
Good luck! You'll need it!
Anyway, yeah, Stormy Ascent, a level that was... Ow. It's a good thing that mask was down there, wasn't it? That would have been an embarrassing start to the level.
It's weird that it's been built up as a super hard level for so long, and then we finally get it, and because of the fix to the box stuff, it's not that horrifically bad.
Until you try to go for the relics.
Yeah.
Yes. But why are you doing? Why?
It's kind of got that, between the gem and the relic, it's kind of got that Grandmaster Galaxy. Wait, no, is it Grandmaster Galaxy? Or is
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Galaxy
Grandmaster
2 one,
Galaxy.
where you've got 2 missions you can go through and die as much as you want, and then you go through again for real, and you can't die.
Yeah, the perfect run.
Or take a hit.
In that sense, yeah. Stormy Ascent is infamous if we're playing with the original Crash 1 mindset where you can't die. Because this level is the longest level in the game.
It's
bar
also
none.
stupid hard at parts, so...
Yeah. Like, the worst part at the very end is, Slippery Climb ended with 3 vultures that are going up and down. So I guess the level designers decided to be clever and echo that with three vultures going left and right. The problem with that is, it's extremely fiddly to time.
I think they changed the color of the beakers before they released this level. Because if you look at the trailer for Stormy Ascent, the beakers are green, not purple.
Odd.
Coco,
In the final game.
Coco, what are you doing with your laptop out in the rain? That's a terrible idea.
It's waterproof.
She waterproofs her laptop, but her phone still explodes when she sends a text picture.
Well, that's the battery's problem. You can't waterproof a bat. What are you doing? Stop that. Stop that.
Stop your thinking. How dare you?
Yeah. The birds respawn.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know that.
You have to wait a little while for it to happen, but it happens.
Was this your first playthrough of the level, Lewis, or have you already...
Yes, I'm recording this entirely blind. I still lost about 15 lives in total, not counting the lives that I
That's
gained
like how
back.
Lewis stopped there. Was like, what the fuck was that fuckery?
Okay, so here's a question for you guys who have played Crash. Like, for some of you, like basically most of your remembered life, how weird is it to play a Crash 1 level that's new? Like,
Very strange, although it's not technically new. You could still play it in the original game if you had a Game Shark. It was on the disc, fully playable. They cut it out right before the game went gold because it just did not fit the difficulty curve at all.
The only thing that happened wrong about it is that it crashes when you try to load a bonus level.
Yeah, because this level has Brio tokens in it, and they were in the original game, but they were invisible. But if you collected all of them, they would freeze the game up. Because it's loading a bonus room.
Wait, so how do they know what the bonus stage was supposed to be designed like?
they might have had design documents.
Well, yeah, they might have had concept work. You're right about that, or they just made an entirely new bonus room.
Huh. Well, it's a really well-designed, if incredibly challenging
I'm willing to
bonus
bet
stage.
it's the latter, considering how radically different it is in terms of design compared to the rest of Crash's 1 design philosophy. Because this bonus room fucks with you, like a lot of times.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a pretty intensive timing challenge with the TNT and the boxes.
which goes in line with the rest of this level, to be fair. Because this level, I mean, I'm playing through it, and it's true that we can die. At the same time, I understand why this level was cut. Because the timing for some of this shit is unreal at points.
Whoa. Hey, that was lucky. Gee, I sure hope I don't die before I get to the next checkpoint.
Also, did anyone else check every opening just to make sure they weren't hiding a box somewhere in there?
Yes. I jumped on top of every box just to make sure.
Yep, because I didn't want to get through the entire level and miss. Oh, you missed one box that was hiding somewhere that you couldn't see.
Which would suck.
Yeah, I was actually terrified of that when I fell down this area, but no, there are no boxes that I missed by falling.
That happens more times than I comfortable
This
with.
area is a pain in the fucking ass.
See, I actually didn't have too much problem with this part.
Whoa.
I have no idea how that happened. I tried replicating it, but...
This part sucks so hard. Not this, the beginning of this, the end of this sequence.
Yeah.
Sucks.
You jump across it... Fuck.
Yeah, you do that. I mean, that's what happens. You die a lot. To be fair. This platform right here, holy shit, I've missed so many damn times.
Yeah.
Do you have slippery controls in this section because of the rain, or is it normal
No,
controls?
no.
Okay.
The only slippery part is the staircases that turn on and turn off. Anyway, Embryo bonus stage, the final one in the game. I died so many times.
You know it's tricky when Ryan has to ask for help in a Skype chat. What?
That didn't work.
So do you have to get that like at the peak of your
So
jump?
what you have to do is you have to turn back, and just as it explodes, jump back onto that one. But don't jump too soon because you'll fall through the block.
Can I call bullshit on that steel crate that's just floating in the air
Spin
like that?
this, bounce, bounce, bounce. Don't break that one.
Yeah.
And then blow this TNT crate here. The bouncing steel boxes will crush you if you wind up under them, so be careful about this. Okay. Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, Bree, you changed back really quickly this time.
Oh, he's tending bar now.
You know, the
Wow.
dude's just messing with his potions, you know. You don't have to fuck with him at all.
Ryu fell up after I beat him.
Surprise!
Well, he was waving his arms like a little bird, so he flew.
Oh, man.
That or he's playing Gravity Falls. So.
Anyway, yeah, that was how you beat that. It took me entirely too long to beat this bonus stage. I wound up stopping the recording and starting a new recording file just so that I could cut to the part where I actually won.
My first playthrough of Stormy Ascent, bonus and all, with all the fails, took me half an hour.
Half an hour? Oh.
About 40 minutes for me, but I was a bit more.
Mine was around 20 minutes in total, going by the amount of footage that I cut out of this. But
I ended up losing about 30 lives over the course of it, although about 10 of them were me getting frustrated and rushing at points.
Yeah, which happens to everybody.
I was down in the 70s, so I guess I fared pretty well. I've heard people say that they took 60 lives in this level, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, really?
God damn.
You that bad at timing puzzles? But,
Oh my god, do you suck that hard?
yeah, this is the kind of platforming challenge I love, and it's, it's not like... I wouldn't even call it Super Meat Boy challenging, really.
Well, what is it about that you love so much about the level? I mean, you say you like the platform challenge, but what is it about the challenge that you like about it?
Well, this is just platforming at its best. I just like the challenge of... Fuck. Of trying to nail that precise jump, and when I screw up, knowing that it was my screw up that led to me failing. It's me versus the level, not me versus an arbitrary number that I have to raise by getting a bunch of stuff. This is where my particular tastes lie. So, when I was afraid to play Stormy Ascent at first. I thought it was going to be a bullshit Kaizo Mario level. It's not quite Kaizo Mario, except for the fucking vultures. Fuck the fucking vultures. But yeah, I was having a blast for 90% of this level. Even the embryo bonus stage, which held me up for fucking ever. I was engaged by trying to solve the puzzle and then time it right.
Yeah. To fully get an idea of the challenge
you panic there.
Yeah. That is, look, you're a fucking Plinko machine for Price is Right. And you got the $0 mark.
So that's what Konami did when they got hold of Crash Bandicoot.
No, that's Pachinko. That's different. Plinko's Price is Right.
They're the same thing, though.
Are they?
Yeah, it's you follow a ball bouncing down the course until it reaches the bottom. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played Pachinko, not counting with Sunshine.
Yeah, and Sunshine, have you ever noticed that Sunshine's level is pretty suspiciously similar to Plinko?
Well, it's a Pachinko machine.
Yeah, you were just... never mind. Whatever. John, we told you to stay in the room.
Sometimes I really don't mind being the bumbling idiot of BrainScratch commentaries. I really don't.
Up we go. I know this is not the attempt that I succeed at, because there's one more death that sticks out vividly in my mind because of how bullshit it was. Okay. Jump, 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 jump. Fuck!
I've gotten nicked like that twice on that climb specifically.
Rushing.
Someone's frustrated.
Yeah. And because I'm recording, I can't just stop and calm down. I have to keep playing.
Because then you're wasting hard drive space.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the ass to make a new file, and that's something else you gotta edit. And why bother,
Oh, damn. Ugh.
The Sapphire Relic time for this is 7 minutes.
Yeah.
That is absurd.
That's Sandopolis Act 2.
Sapphire is the easiest one to get,
The first
right?
half.
Is Sapphire the easiest?
Yeah, the Sapphire's the easiest one to get.
What's the hardest one to get?
Platinum.
And how fast do you have to play the level for that?
Perfectly.
I think it was... Well, yeah, I think that was asking for the actual time.
Yeah.
It's like 3 minutes or something like that.
It's like, oh my god.
Oh, so
know
just to get a relic in general, you have to play for 7 minutes?
Without dying.
You have to get to the end without dying in 7 minutes.
Yeah. They turn off checkpoints when you hit that clock. To be fair, they also... you don't lose lives when you fail at a time trial.
Yeah.
Okay, so during the 50 or so times that I was retrying this goddamn vulture jump, I started to forget, because of the pity masks, I started to forget that guy who was throwing the beakers was there. And, every time I walked out of the checkpoint window, I walked, face first into the goddamn vial.
Yeah, that happened to me a few times, too.
Anyway, this last jumping challenge is, the real meat of the level. This is what's going to kill you a lot. All these jumping challenges are so precise. This vulture that's moving from side to side is a pain in the fucking ass.
This one's pretty tight, too. You should jump as soon as he's leaving you.
Yeah.
This right here.
Nah, this is easy. Just stay as close to the wall as you can,
Really? That took me like 10 tries.
Yeah, that's tight.
You
That is
stay as
super
close.
fucking tight.
The thing about the hitboxes on these platforms, and this is true like basically every jump in the game, is that you actually have a really short space of grace period after you walk off an edge that you can still use to jump.
Oh, I hate
that's
that
all-
in
that's
video
all.
games. Oh god, that's my least favorite thing in any video game that happens. Oh, you can just jump in midair off of a platform.
For like a frame. Yeah.
Like, I should say with the exception of games that have a double jump feature, because then it's more natural, but like Donkey Kong Country, oh, you can jump after a roll even though you're in the middle of the frickin' air. I hate that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, visually, it's disorienting.
It only lasts for like a second, no, not even a second, like a fraction of a second after you walk off an edge, though, and it's there as a buffer in case you misjudge the depth perception. But because that buffer is there, it's usually better to err on the side of recklessness with your jumps rather than jumping too soon and falling into a pit because of it. So that's something to keep in mind as a general tip for newcomers to Crash.
So the
All right.
purple is a DLC then?
Yeah, the
Okay.
purple is the
DLC and a warp.
Yeah, the Insanity Beach space just warps you back to the beginning. And that space is there so that you can go straight to Stormy Ascent at the beginning of the game before you get to Cortex. If you want to.
If for some reason you want to do Stormy Ascent first.
Yeah. Although that's
Are you insane,
asking
Crash?
for game overs. Anyway, since I lost exactly 25 lives apparently, I just nipped back to Castle Machinery to refill my livestock.
Did you calculate that?
No, I looked at that. I don't know how many lives are up there, actually. It looks like more than 25.
No, I believe you get a trophy if you miss over 40.
30. You can get the
Was it 30?
you can get that trophy on Insanity Beach.
Okay.
So in speedruns,
That-
is it actually faster to get boxes so you don't have to watch them crash like that?
Depends on the level. although getting, obviously you're not getting the gem, you would leave like one box.
In the original, you were purposefully dying so that you skipped the gem tally completely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's actually a good question for the Insane Trilogy, because now you get the gem tally no matter what, because you can die. So I'm wondering how that would affect speedrunning. That's actually a good question.
Oh man, I just added.
You're contributing, Ted.
I did? Really?
To
Awesome.
a Crash commentary, you're graduating.
Whoa. No, I don't want to graduating. That's like pressure in real world and shit.
Anyway, since I have all 27 gems, I have earned the right to jump across these 20 clear gem platforms. Where are the other 7?
Could you get this theoretically by skipping a gem in one level and getting the one in Stormy Ascent then?
No, but it won't load them all until you get all of them.
Yeah,
Until you-
certain platforms are tied to certain gems.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think there's a Stormy Ascent gem.
Okay.
Well, that'd be some shit. You go out of your way to get the Stormy Ascent gem, and there's a gem platform in Insanity Beach that takes you all the way to Cortex.
I love this ending. Like, I really do. I couldn't care less about it in the original. It has just as little animation as the rest of the game, but it's the funniest frickin' thing in the Insane Trilogy. Now that
It's his face for me.
his face is great.
His-
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like haters gonna hate, man. Whoa! That
What?
cha-ching sound is
He looks.
perfect.
Oh, gonna get some Bandicoot pussy. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I want to fuck that bird.
The bird. Whoa! That's an odd position to do it in.
And that's why she dumps Crash. She missed the kiss.
So we're not doing the final boss on this playthrough.
Oh,
then?
we're doing the final boss. The thing about doing the Great Hall ending is that if you do it before reaching Cortex, it actually doesn't roll credits after you get this epilogue sequence. So, if you do it in this order, it kind of plays like they fly on the Vulture and land on the blimp and have the fight with Cortex.
Crash, where are you taking us?
Which, you know, I have a suspicion that that's how it was supposed to be. Like, at some point in the development, they decided to just let you have Tawna at the end, no matter how many gems you get, because getting the gems was a pain in the ass. But it seems like they intended, like, the good ending to be you rescue Tawna, and the bad ending to be you beat Cortex and fly away on the blimp by yourself.
Or maybe they could have.
Oh,
had,
that's you know, that actually reminds me a lot of the original Dragon Quest. In that game, you can beat the game without saving the princess, and if you do that, the king has special dialogue where he's like, "Oh, the day is saved, but my daughter's still missing. I guess she's still gone," and you just walk away without the princess. It's really funny. You can also take the princess with you to the Dragon Lord, and then the Dragon Lord says, good of you to bring the princess directly to me, you moron. So, yeah.
Ah, man. Anyway, yeah, Dr. Neo Cortex.
You haven't even beaten the final boss and you're already over 100%. Amazing.
Yeah.
Truly, you are a god amongst marsupials.
Still, to me, the final boss of Crash 1 is the most challenging Cortex boss. It's not saying a whole lot, but it's the one that gives me the most trouble.
Well, here we go, bringing up our friend Mr. Hitbox again.
Yeah.
I swear the shots have bigger hitboxes than they look.
They do. In fact, you can get a good ass glimpse of that in my SGB playthrough. Like, comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars.
Well, it's hard to judge that and the depth perception, so. And to be fair, I only really die in this part because I forgot the pattern and I went and panicked when he started rapid firing the purple ones. Like I started jumping around and that led me to jump directly into a shot.
I'm not sure if it's just the color of the blimp, like the purple it gives off, or something else just fucking with my eyes, but the coloring, the lighting in this level is weird.
Oh, no, it looks dark. It looks very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the sunset that was always in the background of the original now has to reflect on the models in the level. And, well, that's what happens when you add a lighting engine to a game that wasn't designed with a lighting engine in mind. One of the things that some people bring up is that, like, certain areas in Crash 2, most notably the warp room and the teleport rooms in the first tier, are, not quite as moody as they used to be. Fuck! Yeah? Well, screw you too, N-head.
Need to work on your insults, Crash. Insults!
See, that's how you do it.
So, here's my question. What set the castle on fire? Did Cortex leave his oven on?
Dude, did you see the stuff they were working on in there? Like, that place is full of flammable shit.
Dude!
No, he did. No.
The power plant is on fire.
He's right. Cortex left his oven on, and he couldn't go back inside his house to turn it off because we took his goddamn keys.
Well, how does that account? How does that account for the power plant on the other island?
Fire spreads.
It was a really big oven.
It's spread. You're telling me it's spread across the entire high road?
Oh yeah, there were ropes catch on fire.
Listen, man, have you ever had to deal with a grease fire?
I don't recommend it.
Never seen a grease fire that can jump across islands.
Hey, Crash can jump across islands without having to swim.
Crash isn't a grease fire.
I don't know. He's about as smart as a grease
but
fire.
he's smooth as grease fire.
Ugh.
He's hard to put out like grease fire.
Oh no, he put out pretty quickly for Tawna there. We just watched that ending.
Womp womp. I do love this rendition of the final boss theme, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, Cortex always had that menacing theme since the original, but I really like the added percussion for the song here.
Of course, the thing about the Embryo and N Cortex boss themes in Crash 1 is that they're also the bonus level themes, so you get to hear them multiple times throughout the game.
It's also a little lazy. Just use the bonus theme as the final boss theme.
Phew. Okay, the trick here is to run across and then jump the other way. run across, jump the other way. I have no idea how
Wow.
I hit
You barely hit that.
that. Anyway, the last hit is a freebie. Cool guys don't look at explosions, etc., etc. Haha.
It looks like he's trying to take a selfie with Cortex exploding, though, when he's doing the sign, though.
Well, maybe that's what he was doing. Maybe Coco was just out of frame.
Just tweeted out to his followers.
Whoa!
Just blew up the castle. Hashtag.
They
love.
added that view of Cortex falling to add to, emphasize the continuity with Crash 2. I like it. It's a nice touch. Another nice touch is that Tawna just doesn't bear hug you all the way into the sunset. They actually turn around and have a nice little moment as the blimp flies away. One thing that I don't really like is that all three games have the same credit roll. It's got the same medley theme for the credits when it's running. It's the same credit roll for all three games, the same 10 minutes.
And that's why I cut the credits out, because I knew you would be doing it anyway.
And because of that, it doesn't have that thing that the original games did, where the music just ran through the credits and the credits rolled up over what you were seeing during the ending. It's just this featureless black screen, which is not as satisfying.
So they don't have
the
those
game,
scenes where, like, the Cortex was, like, fighting Who's Its Face in Crash 3 as a baby or something like that?
No, those scenes are all there. They just don't have credits going over them now.
they're there. They just, you get a fade to black before the credits actually roll.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, so in Crash 1, you'd have the credits rolling over the blimp, then. Okay.
Yeah, and the I think it's the Great Hall theme plays straight through the credits. And like in Crash 2, when you blow up the space station, it's just like the black void of space with the debris of his space station slowly floating away as the credits roll away. That kind of thing. So, yeah, I kind of miss that effect. But, you gotta take the rough with the smooth.
There's no way to speed these up.
You can skip
Nah,
them.
you can
You
skip
can skip them
them.
entirely.
You can skip them, you can view them from the title menu if you want to. But I figured I'd just let it roll because, playthrough. I consider it slightly disrespectful to do a YouTube playthrough without letting the credits roll while you're recording.
Oh, I always watch the credits at least once, but it's...
Well, it's not a matter of watching the credits for me. It's more a matter of decency. Like, these are the people who worked on the game. Show their names in your video project.
Yes. I agree.
It's just a matter of...
To me, it depends a little bit on the length of the credits, because if you start going into thinking Vicarious Visions of Romania...
Yeah, that's why
something.
that's why I skipped over the Beyond Good and Evil credits, because those were ridiculous.
Yeah, when the credit... So many credits these days, it's like they're 20 minutes long, and I'm sorry, I've got better things to do. What was the...
Do you think, though, is that a result, though, of just the increase in technology, how much longer it takes to make a game?
Well, yeah, the more people work on it, the more
It's escalation.
credits there are.
Yeah.
But this is also a matter of, like, you've also got, like, for certain games, they put the credits for all their different regional departments in every version of the game.
It's
Even
like
if-
I'm buying the NTSC version. I really don't need to see the credits for Nintendo of Spain.
Yeah, because if Nintendo of Europe didn't work on my version of the game, then why are they being... Well, I mean, I can't say why are they being credited, because I guess they worked on a version of the game, so they should get credited, but why do I have... Make it scroll faster. Like, look at how slowly this scrolls.
I think it's just because they're just covering all bases, and they don't feel like cutting out a bit of credits for a particular region when it's just faster and easier to just leave it all in.
Okay, well then at that point, make the font smaller and make the things scroll faster. Okay? Like... I've got shit
What
to...
you're saying?
I've got shit to do,
is that
man.
they need to thank every single backer.
Okay, I'm actually really happy with Ukulele when that game came out. Like, it did have it had a really good speed up function, and it made it really easy to like speed up, rewind, so you could like find your name and then fast forward straight to
I'm
the
sorry.
end.
there was a guy in the credits called Colin Cox, and I'm like, that's an unfortunate name.
Well, to be fair, Ted, Mighty Number 9 also had a fast forward feature where you can search for your particular mighty number.
Yeah, but do you know what your number is?
Well, if you had your email, if you had a backer email, yeah.
Oh,
you do.
okay, because I still remember what that is. Because I was
Listen, when I was looking for my name for my review, I sure as shit did not wait for my fucking number. I searched for that shit.
Yeah, but I don't want to pull up my email to find it because, like, God forbid, I wasn't paying attention to my Mighty Number 9 emails by the time the game came out. At that point,
And I will not argue there.
like, I was, the ukulele. Like, I know people are divisive on that game. Personally, I love it, but like, regardless of the game's quality, it was freaking alphabetical, which is what it always should have been. So
Chase Veigar. Yeah, that is the plot to Jack 3. Thanks for. Okay.
Chase you.
Someone was called Chase Veigar.
Okay.
is it the same music in every credits roll too?
Yeah, it's a medley, sort of Sonic the Hedgehog style of
From all three games. So.
Yeah, a medley of themes from all three games that lasts as long as the credits do. So the first time through, it's actually kind of nice to listen to. It's when you get to.
Although if you haven't played any of these games before and you're watching it after your first game completion, you may be wondering where the hell some of these songs came from. But
yeah, that's true. It does give you a nice preview for players who've played the other games in their original form, though, of what the other remixes sound like. So that's nice.
Okay, so I have a question just relating to the trilogy version in general. So I'm guessing that most of you guys like blazed through all three games all at once.
Yep.
Did you guys get burnout from going through the whole trilogy at once, or was
not really? They're not that long of games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also the matter is, we know all the tricks, so we know how to speed things up that might take a while longer for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to mention, well, for me personally, after you trek through Crash 1, and you pop in Crash 2, and everything's just so much better, that invigorates a man like you wouldn't believe. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna have a great time.
Oh.
And don't look at that. After that, it's Crash 3.
This game was
I like
tested
that
by
one.
Jesus. No wonder it's so good.
Okay, we found Jesus after all. There was a motherfucker with the last name named Virgin. Wow, that guy.
Poor sap.
Wait, was there a guy named Poor Sap?
Well, probably, yeah.
Just, going through the credits on a game, looking for weird names. It's a nice pastime. It's fun. You never know what you're gonna get.
No, Mary McGlynn was the voice actor director.
Huh.
Interesting. Maurice Lemarche and Lex Lang.
John DiMaggio.
you.
I think it was Uka Uka in this game, I think. Well, actually, I think John DiMaggio's been voicing Uka Uka since Wrath of Cortex.
It's been the same voice actors for a while.
Yeah, bite my blunt wooden ass.
What?
He's Bender.
Bender.
Oh, okay.
He's also a Waka in Final Fantasy X.
Wait, what?
Biting my shiny window ass is fun time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Happy Festival fireworks.
Bite my Machina ass.
A lot of the voice actors in Final Fantasy X are actually good actors. They just had the double threat problem of having to dub something and having really poor direction. So.
And also not a great script either, to be fair.
There's that, and I also think that, unlike 10-2, they didn't match the English language with the. They didn't match the lip movements with the English language.
Mm-hmm.
No, so it was very obviously dubbed over Japanese lip movements.
Honestly, I'd rather have a good performance that doesn't match the lips than actors awkwardly having to stop in their sentences to match the Japanese.
Yeah.
So here are Naughty Dog
Anyway,
times. Anyone?
quick point to what's on screen. These are the developer times. Crash 3 had these as well. Just times
Yes.
listed in the credits that are slightly better than the Platinum times.
It says VVQA, so I think that's the Vicarious Vision times.
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Vicarious Vision's quality assurance, or
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
not Naughty Dog times, actually.
I didn't say Naughty Dog times. I said developer times.
We said developer
Ryan
times.
said Naughty Dog times.
No, I said developer times.
You said Naughty Dog times.
You did say Naughty Dog times.
Okay,
Thank
my
you.
bad.
Thank you, John.
No bandicoots were harmed in the creation of this game. Spyro remake when? Not remake. I don't want it on the Wii. That would be lame.
Where are her eyebrows? For God's sakes, I hate that render. Where's her eyebrows?
Oh man, I think those cutesy drawings were made with Japan in mind because that's what Japan.
And
likes
as
to
we
see.
know, the Japanese don't have eyebrows.
What about eyebrows?
Well, you know, the Japanese version of Coco that you see in the FMVs that were in Crash 3 is like really wide.
27 out of 26 gems.
I think you might have been using that Game Shark there, buddy.
Now you need to get 26. Now you need to get 27 out of 26.
Anyway,
platinum relics.
I lost a few lives when I was going through Cortex's fight. Might as well grab a few of them back. Quick tip if you're short on lives, and Sanity Beach has actually quite a few lives that you can just very quickly nip up at the beginning of the stage. So that's something to keep in mind.
Can you exit the level and then keep them?
Well, no, but the level's also really short anyway, so...
Okay.
It's also a really easy level to go to if you want to get yourself up to a level 2 Aku Aku mask really quick. But you can't get an Aku Aku mask, save the game, and expect to have it when you load that save file. The save file does not retain your Aku Aku masks, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm back to 99.
And here he is.
Woo.
Oh, as soon as Lewis gets up there he is.
Well, I've got boxes to break, apple chans to eat. Look at that. Look at that beautiful creature. That majestic grace.
This is Bandicoot perfection.
This is what peak performance looks like.
Is he doing the dance?
He's doing his own weird version of the Crash dance.
Yeah.
One that's completely wrong, so.
Yeah, it's completely wrong.
Coco looks like
Oh,
she's
man.
really ticked off at him.
You want to see what the Crash dance looks like when it's done properly, though? You can see it in this Japanese music video.
Transform your clothes, they sing a song.